Shalom. I want to start by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Waruka Kudash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace salutation to all Yakim across the earth for doing this work in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. So this is from an article from a couple of days ago, and they updated it even, I see, like yesterday. So, this also shows you the spirit of the Edomites, and especially of the Edomites here in Holland. There's some special breed of Edomites over here. There's some tribe, some I don't know, some the Edomites over here. They're real filthy and real wicked. A lot of wickedness here in Holland. Because even and it's funny today at my job I was speaking to a man whose house I'm working at this place right now. Painting and stuff. And so he told me, basically, yeah, he looks like an Edomite. I don't know about him, but he knew some things about history, and he also told me about a couple of movies. But if I think about it, I'm going to ask him tomorrow again because concerning the so-called Indians, the Gadites, he said there were some movies that they show the things that the wickedness of the so-called white people, what they did in America. So he named like two or three movies, and he said in those movies you can see the wickedness about this. So he knew a couple of things. I was like, hey, that's not common for Edomites, to know, yeah, about the history basically. But anyway, so I spoke a little bit with him concerning slavery and stuff. And of course, he mentioned also the Second World War, and I told him like, yeah, look, man, we know what the fuck was going on, and I told him like, yeah, they talking about such an amount of people that were murdered that in that period. Well, during slavery, it was already much more, and not even mentioning the so-called Indians, who were slaughtered in America and stuff. So yeah. so. So yeah, and like I said, Holland, they were the first people who brought a slave ship from the west coast of Africa to America. They were the last country to stop with slavery for at least. They went further for at least 10 years. Now you got Mark Rutte go to Suriname, and Bouterse basically told him like that should go and fuck himself, to fuck off basically. So he's and now I believe this year or next year it's gonna be like 150 years after slavery, and he's saying like, yeah, they don't want to say that they're sorry, of course not, because they got rich on this. And we don't want your excuse, man. We want your blood, that's what we want. We want your blood. And let me jump real quick to the book of Numbers, because uh this is what needs to happen. Man, fucking demons, man. As soon as I start making the video, then my nose gets all clogged up. Yeah, it's just some silly demons. So anyway, this is the book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defiled the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So you want your blood, man. Your blood needs to be shed in order to clean the earth. So we're gonna slet the blood of all your heathens, and 2/3 of our people also gonna get it. And oh yeah, I was thinking about scripture. Let me see the book of Revelations, chapter 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the faint It's like here's the patience and the faith of the saints. So yeah, that's it, man. Y'all gonna go in a hardcore slavery. Your so-called white people gonna be exterminated after 1,000 years. So yeah, that's your future, man. And your future is near. There's a lot of things going on in the world, and yeah, we entering that time, man. Esau's going down. He's preparing himself to come in hard, this winter. They cut off the gas. They are ready to cut off the gas and stuff, So yeah, people, a lot of people crying and shit. So it's gonna be something, man. It's gonna be starting something. But yeah, so this people from Holland, from the Netherlands, these Edomites over here, there's some real filthy beast next level. Because concerning pedophiles, they always, when you got like a big pedophile network, there are always some Edomites from Holland involved with it. A lot of times they even running that thing. And like a couple of years ago, you had like in a political party for pedophiles. You know, pedophile party Martijn, and this dude, they caught him in I believe in Colombia. They had him, so they caught him there. They had him in a prison there. I think he's still there. So he was crying out to Holland. So he wanted Holland to get him out of there, because over there they don't make no jokes with pedophiles, man. Like here in Holland, pedophiles, they are being protected. If they grab a pedophile, he maybe goes to jail at the max like 2 years, when they got a lot of shit on him. But a lot of times they don't even go to jail, man, or just only for a couple of months. Then they so-called give them a treatment, and then they are able to, because nobody needs. I said that their history is secret, so they can work on a school or whatever, on places where children are, and it happened very often that they have known pedophiles working at a school or at a football club or being a swimming teacher, stuff like that. It ain't the first time. It happened a lot of times here in Holland. So these people, they're really all about the pedophiles, because they're a bunch of pedophiles, and that's why they need to be burned up, man. Man, I'm so sick and tired of this fucking place, man. Fucking filthy people, man. Fucking bullshit, man. So, wait, let me read this scripture. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 14. For here have we no continuous city, but we seek one to come. Yeah. We sick and tired of this fucking filthy place, man. This shit is so fucking polluted. It's fucking bullshit, man. When I saw the article, I was like, my fucking devils, man. How the fuck can you even do something like that? Create something like that? Let me just read the article, so then you know what it is all about. Pop is not a step. Some RTL News is a big platform here in Holland, a media platform. They got all kind of, it's from a television, and I think they also got a radio station and stuff like that. So experts see nothing in ban on child sex doll. So like people have sex dolls, the blown up dolls and stuff like that. So almost looking like real dolls, that some men use and stuff. So they got dolls like that, like children, for pedophiles to fuck. Fucking devils, man. Experts see nothing in ban on child sex doll does not prevent child abuse. So this female that you see right here, Justice and Security Minister Dylan Yassigals, wants to ban child sex dolls. So she is against it. Experts have serious doubts about Justice and Security Minister Dylan Yassigals' intention to ban child sex dolls. She calls the doll extremely undesirable because they would encourage the sexual abuse of children. And she's right. She's right, man. But there's no evidence for that, experts said, because there are a bunch of pedophiles. Someone with an adult sex doll will not suddenly rape people. You see that? They are comparing a tomato with an egg, That's what they do, man. Fucking devils, man. It's disgusting to think that someone is having sex with a doll that looks like a child, says psychologist and researcher Wieneke Smith, one of the foremost experts in sex crime risk assessment. I also think it's a bad idea. The question is whether that is enough to ban child sex dolls. Satisfying need. People think pedophiles are incited by a doll to abuse children. She says, if so, that would be serious, but there is no evidence for that, and it's unlikely there will ever be. Maybe a doll just makes sure that they don't feel the need for sex with real children, and that's fucking bullshit. You should ban something. A pedophile, you should chop that dude up and burn it, man, or burn it alive or whatever. You should ban something if it's dangerous, not because we find it unpleasant. RTL News spoke with several experts, all of whom questioned the plan to ban child sex dolls. To better understand the phenomenon, we also asked for numbers and spoke to a pedophile who once ordered a child sex doll. Even talk to a pedophile, man. Get the fuck out of there, man. Fucking idiots, man. Excuse my French, but this shit makes me so fucking angry, man. The difference between pedophilia and pedosexuality. Fucking how you mean difference? Pedophilia is a sexual preference of adults for children under the 12 years or age. It's not a crime to experience sexual feelings for children, even if it deviates from the norm. Sexual abuse of children, pedosexuality, is punishable. F- uh, phil- uh, pedo- Pedophilia is often mistakenly automatically associated with child abuse. Fucking bullshit. In 80% of the cases, the child abuser is someone with no sexual preference for minors. Whatever. Yishkolsh wants to ban child sex dolls to prevent sexual abuse. According to the minister, the fact that they are now legal is at odds with the responsibility to protect children. Yeah, she's right. Easy scoring. Winneke Smith calls it. This ban does nothing to prevent child abuse. Thousands of children are abused every year. There's work to be done there, not with a small phenomenon such as child sex dolls. If these dolls are banned, it will become a victimless crime, says sexologist Eric van Beek. He's probably also a pedophile. He also emphasized that there is no evidence that child sex dolls lead to child abuse. He thinks it doesn't work that way. That because he's a fucking pedophile himself. That people first have sex with a doll and then think would like that with a real child is such a sloppy reasoning. It doesn't work that way because those fantasy have always been there. That's fucking bullshit. Because that's why certain men get a doll because they can't get a real female, or they're shy to talk with a female and shit. Pop is not a step. Most pedophiles are not child abusers. Tuh. They know very well that they should not. They do not want or cannot have sex with children. You even got this dude here in Holland, Alberto Steegman, if I'm correct. So he disguised himself a lot of times, also a lot of times he used like children to get you pedophiles and stuff, and they're always falling for it. And then talking about that they weren't planning to do something, but talking all this kind of shit that they want to do this and that with a child and stuff. Pedophiles do not use a doll as a stepping stone to children, but because they realize that they can be satisfied with that. Fucking bullshit. Bastian ordered a child sex doll, so we have a fucking pedophile that they questioned. You see this fucking filthy people? Everything, man. Fucking filthy shit. That's what they uplifting, man. Bastian ordered a child sex doll. RTL News was curious about what a child sex doll can mean for someone and came in contact with Bastian 40, not his real name, of course not. He's a pedophile and ordered a doll that resembles a girl between the age of 6 and 12, which he is attracted to. At 25, I recognized that I like young children. That was very difficult at that time. A pedophile to me equaled someone who also does terrible things to children. I didn't want to be that way. It was only years later that I could literally look at myself in the mirror and said, "That's not you." That didn't make me okay with my sexuality, but I could give it more space. Yet it was still very difficult. I could don't don't tell anyone for fear of rejection. In 2019, I came into contact with fellow feelings via pedophile.nl. So they even got a website for this fucking motherfuckers. In the chat, I could talk about it for the first time in my life. Afterwards, I felt a blissful feeling. A bit of loneliness fell off me. Fucking devils, man. My sexual desire started developing around age 18. I also had fantasies about children. Back then, I thought it was a phase that I would pass. I've never watched child porn. Fucking liar. That's really a no go. Fucking bullshit. My desires or pleasures should never come at that expense of someone else. I don't want to contribute to child abuse by looking for those images. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Should light you on fire. Fucker. 2 years ago, I wondered if a doll would help me with my sexual desires. It's something I don't it's something I don't harm anyone because a doll has no feeling. So I thought maybe that's something for me. I ordered one that matched what I find attractive, but I soon realized that the doll didn't bring me what I hoped. Yet I do not regret that I spent that 1200 euros. Of course they don't want to ban it because it brings a lot of money. It did give me answer to the question whether it was something for me. Maybe other people enjoying it, but mine is now stored in a closet. Yeah, and he got a real child in the basement probably. Sexologist from Beek knows the stories of pedophiles who were very happy with their doll. They know they couldn't interact with children, but they could still shape their fantasy in a private setting. Even if you think it's disgusting, what do we have to do with what someone does with a piece of rubber in their own bedroom? Smith also says. It's not like people order such an expensive doll out of nowhere and then suddenly start abusing a child. Someone with an adult sex doll will not suddenly rape people, says Van Beek. A ban is more likely to affect those who do something with sex dolls out of poverty than those who have evil intentions. It's unknown exactly how big the phenomenon of child sex dolls is. Experts whom LTL News spoke to speak of a niche with a niche. There are few pedophiles and even fewer who are attracted to a doll. Fucking bullshit, man. There are a lot of pedophiles, especially in this country, man. Edomites, the majority of those men are fucking pedophiles, man. The online child abuse expertise agency does not see child sex dolls as a social problem. According to the minister Jeskus, the customs authorities found about 30 child sex dolls a year before the corona pandemic. During the pandemic, that number would be a lot lower, and now the number is increasing again. But the figures requested by RTL News show that this is not correct. Since March 2018, Custom have been keeping a structural record of how many possible sex dolls entered the Netherlands. That year, there were 9 suspected cases. The following year, there were 35. In the corona years 2020 and 21, there were 23 and 8 possible dolls. In the first half of this year, there were 3. The registered figures are therefore falling, but it's possible that the custom authorities are missing a part. Not all freight is checked, of course. Customs only conducts an investigation if there is suspicion that the papers are incorrect. Moreover, some of the child sex dolls are not intended for the Netherlands but for other European countries. It has not been investigated exactly how large that share is. Many people forget that pedophiles are not automatically child abusers. Fucking bullshit, says Smith. Many never commit a crime they can control their desires. People who abuse are also antisocial. Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. They are very social. They act very friendly and shit. Because how the fuck there was a case here. This dude, Benno L. in Holland years ago. Fucking a swimming teacher. He was, like Mongols, he was teaching like handicapped children to swim. And he was abusing a lot of them. So, you want to tell me that pedophiles are antisocial? You see how these fucking liars these people are? These people are very social. They act very friendly. That's how they get the child to trust them. And then they start raping the child. Fucking liars, man. Many people forget that pedophiles are not automatically child abusers, says Smith. Many never committed a crime. They can control their desires. People who abuse are also antisocial. They put their own interests above to harm the child. Research show that most sexual child abuse does not take place by pedophiles. Get the fuck out of there, man. So you want to say a person who is normal in his mind is gonna abuse a child? Fucking, you see how Esau is lying on a way that it's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid, man. The abuse is committed in 20% of the cases by someone with a deviant sexual preference. That could be pedophilia, but it could also be something else. In 90% of the cases, the child abuser is known to the victim, such as a neighbor, teacher, sports teacher or family member. There's a category of pedophiles who commit abuse, but the vast majority do not, says Van Beek. Because they of course you say that because they won't get caught. In general, pedophiles know very well what is and is not allowed. They really want to doubt that if they own a doll. They really won't doubt that it if they own a doll. The experts therefore do not understand why the minister also says that child sex dolls ensure that pedophile finds sex between adults and children normal. Yeah, of course. There's no evidence for that either, even says the study on which the minister based her plan. It's not like the child sex dolls are in every shop window and they being touted, says Smith. If they were sold everywhere for next to nothing, it's a different story, but it's not easy to buy them and they are very expensive. It's crazy to put someone who orders a doll in for it. In a response to LTR News, Minister Jekels acknowledged that there is insufficient uh, scientific evidence to state that child dolls increase the risk of child abuse or provide a protective effect. Yet she insists that she wants to ban the sex dolls because the sexualization of children is absolutely undesirable and objectionable. Yeah, she's right, man. Fucking idiots. It's not yet to become clear what the law will look like this year. Well, a while ago, a long time ago, I made a video concerning they have a pedophile handbook here in Holland, and people also want to ban it. And yet, the Minister of Safety, what's his name again? Grapperhaus or something? Yeah, Grapperhaus, the so-called Minister of Safety, Peace of Safety and Justice and Safety, and he said there's nothing wrong with the pedophile handbook. And then in that book was described basically how to capture a child and keep it and abuse it and stuff. And he said there was nothing in there that goes against the law. So he was not down to ban that book. So that already shows you the spirit of these fucking devils, man. It's not yet become clear what the law will look like this year. They should show whether they ban concerns, for example, the possession, import, or sale of child sex dolls. After that, a majority of the House representatives must agree before the law comes into force. Shit. So yeah, fucking it is. Oh yeah, man. Shit, I just had it. I saw a thing pop up at the bottom, but I clicked it away. So they recently got a guy. I believe he was like around 20 years old, Donnie M, who also took a child from a little boy from 9 years old. Raped it and murdered the child. So these are the things that they're doing here in Holland, man. They're really down with pedophiles. So they're attacking this female, like, yeah, you're basing, you want it to ban it, but you base it on nothing. So yeah, let me just read a couple of scriptures and then yeah, that's it. So this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, so fucking filthy person, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Esau is the lowest of the lowest, man. The lowest, the basis of man. The lowest of the lowest. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray, and as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't mean, pedophiles are antisocial. If they want to abuse a child, this and the blah, 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 blah. The fuck out of there, man. So this is the book of Job, chapter 30, verse 8. They were children of fools, yet children of base men. They were viler than the earth. Yeah, that's it. Viler than the earth. Children of fools, children of base men. Fucking idiots and filthy. Fucking filthy, man. So yeah, man. I just gonna leave it like that. And yeah, I'm sick and tired of this shithole that we're living. Sick and tired of the shitty life, and yeah, horrible times are ahead of us, but it's also beautiful because the kingdom of Yahweh Basham Yahushai is around the corner, man. Esau is going down. He's going down. His kingdom is crumbling off. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna say shalom. All praise to Yahweh Basham Yahushai Wa Ruka Kudash. A double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone for teaching us the scriptures, among other things, and salutation to all your Akim across the earth for doing this work in sincerity and in truth. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom.